Yep. Yeah. Hello and welcome to That Man. I'm just enjoying the finer things in life. But I know what you guys are seeing. I'm here for the big ol' anime titties.
God bless the person who looked at a snake and thought, you know what? This needs boobs.
And thus, monster girls were born.
Not to be confused with Monster Energy Drink girls.
What the bloody hell's this? These aren't spiders.
The monster girl genre has really taken off in recent years, becoming a whole entirely separate genre with numerous entries, nearly all of them sexual in some way.
No, but nobody talks about this one. It's not bad, it's just nobody talks about it.
Monster girls are a special type of ginjika, where the character is a mixture between a creature and a human. This means that some body parts or limbs of a creature have been added to a human body.
Just like the human centipede. No!
The character is usually female, although some rare male examples certainly do exist. Monster girls can also refer to moe versions of already existing monsters, such as vampires or trolls.
Wait, does that mean Mavis from Hotel Transylvania is technically a monster girl? That explains all the internet first.
While the origins of the modern monster girl can be debated, the idea of non-human seductresses can be traced back to antiquity. Many ancient cultures, such as the Greeks, have tales of men and women being seduced by mythical and mystical creatures, such as the sirens from Homer's Odyssey. Historically, in the East, there have been mythological stories about what would be considered monster girls these days. Examples include beings such as the Kumiho and Jorogumo.
You know what, I really can't wait for 100 years to pass and the legend of Monster Musume is passed down as folklore.
Gather ye around, children. Once upon a time there was a nerdy guy and he lived with a sexy snake, a sexy horse, a mermaid, a spider and other creatures. And none of them got any despite all manner of sexual shenanigans.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Monster Musume.
Speaking of monster girls, Disney can be one of the offending champions because, hey, The Little Mermaid is technically speaking a monster girl.
Disney, you sly dog, you. We should have known after seeing Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Is Jessica Rabbit a rabbit or a human? Or a human who's into bestiality? One of the very earliest ways I remember getting into monster girls was via Urusei Yatsura. I remember reading bits of this years and years ago when they had the original print release. And I remember watching clips of Invader Lum when I was a lot younger. Yeah, they conditioned you well, just like Disney did. Created by Rumiko Takahashi, this tells the story of an alien Oni race as they take on the human beings.
However, in a twist of fate, the chosen hero for humans accidentally manages to attract the attention of Lum, the young Oni princess who is the daughter of the Oni chief. What ensues is essentially the start of what will be many Geek Get Girl manga titles.
Not only is Urusei Yatsura an early example of the Monster Girl series, without it we probably wouldn't have other ongoing harem series and such as Tenchi Muyo or Infinite Stratos. How on earth would we live without Infinite Stratos?
Without a doubt, the other monster girl I remember from way back when was Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
That's right, Capcom. I remember Morrigan outside of crossovers, even if you don't want to really admit she's still a thing.
While I was aware of the creature known as a succubus in other popular media, it wasn't until Morrigan came around that I was a whole lot more aware of how a monster girl could be used for anything other than an antagonist.
By which I mean I was old enough to know what sex was and how a character could be used for it. And she had big old anime titties.
Morrigan was an interesting character. More than a simple vampire, she added an extra depth to what I considered a monster. Gone were the original impressions that a monster is some ugly thing that will kill you. Morrigan was instead someone
that would kill you with sex.
And from Morrigan came An endless supply of monster girls in a series for me. With some characters that could technically be a monster girl, this was really reflective in 2006 when To Love Ru finally dropped.
I did cover To Love Ru quite recently in a first impressions video, but you know what? This really did set the standards of what modern day monster girl or even modern day ecchi is like. It built on the foundation created by Urusei Yatsura and just try to push the envelope a little bit more and a little bit more again. Without it, we probably wouldn't have the likes of Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Whether that's a good thing, I don't really know, but it's up to you to find that out.
I suppose this is because it's a lot more ecchi than previous titles, especially when you look at To Love Ru Darkness.
Either way, To Love Ru is a title that, well, a lot of people will still enjoy, and if you are a fan of ecchi comedy, I would 100% recommend it. But let's face it, the title that pretty much everybody refers back to for modern day monster girls is Monster Musume Everyday Life with Monster Girls.
Created in 2012 by Okaido, Monster Musume tells a story in which the government has been keeping secret the existence of monster girls, centaurs, lamia, harpies, mermaids, among many others. They're all real.
The government hiding stuff from us? I am shocked and appalled.
Just prior to the story itself, the government passed the Interspecies Cultural Exchange Act, and since then, these creatures, known as liminals, are allowed to come to our world and live with humans similar to foreign exchange students. Although, with restrictions.
When 20-something Kurosou Kimihito accidentally agrees to shelter a young and scared Mia, he is forced into the Cultural Exchange Accord. His new job is to ensure Mia integrates into society. As the series goes along, he either accidentally or protects or even just down and shelters multiple of other monster girls. As the series goes on, they all start getting the hots for him, and it's all a spanner put in the works when he is told that he may have to marry one of them.
Some of them are even forced upon him by a government operative.
Oh, hi there, this is the government, and we've got a snake here. Yeah, she's a human snake. You've got space for that, haven't you? You are washing your hands, aren't you? And just keep 2 meters apart from it. Apart from that, your job's a good one.
The beauty of Monster Musume is that, while it isn't ecchi, it does dare to point out the racism between the humans and the monster girls. Monster girls are often treated as lesser beings, either by the public or by the restrictions imposed on them by the government.
It manages to ask a lot of important questions and bring light to things that, you know what, I don't normally see, not only in ecchi, but in manga as a whole.
Of course, a lot of this does eventually become lost in the ecchi moment, and to be honest, Monster Musume does eventually focus a lot more on the ecchi side of things as the series progresses, but the reason I love it is because of the hard-hitting commentary on everyday life.
Monster Musume has had an incredible run, not only having a hugely popular anime, but also managing to hit the New York Times bestseller list. You know, that thing that My Hero Academia normally ends on. Monster Girl is in the same league as My Hero Academia. Think about that.
And what did we get on the back of Monster Musume? Monster Girl Wrestling, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Monster Girl Doctor, Plus Size Elf, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, and what is clearly the best series of all time, Creature Girls.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Let's not forget, at one point the entire internet was united by the love of a Monster Girl version of Bowser. That was a good week.
But guys, I know what you're thinking. What if there was a series all about having sex with the Monster Girls? Blimey, what an age we live in.